Congratulations to the class of 2019 on your graduation from the University of Arkansas Clinton School of Public Service. This school was established in 2004 because I wanted to encourage more people to pursue a life of public service. I believe now, as I believed then, that we can all accomplish more by working together than by working alone. And that when a group of diverse people unite to solve real-world problems, the possibilities are literally unlimited. I'm grateful that by the end of this year, Clinton School students will have completed over 1,000 field service projects in more than 90 countries. I enjoyed meeting with you a few weeks ago, hearing about the work you've been doing. I hope your time here over the last 2 years has been valuable. I hope it's given you a better understanding of the opportunities you have to improve life for those around you and around the world through public service. Public policy is important, but changing lives requires service too. You traveled to more than 25 countries to complete international projects, made an impact in Arkansas through small group projects, and completed your final capstones the world over. As you carry those lessons with you into your career, whatever you do, I hope you will find some way to use what you learned here and the opportunities that present themselves to make a real difference in causes and people you care about. The world that you now enter needs your service, compassion, and cooperation more urgently than ever. And it will become a better place because of your commitment to the common good. I look forward to the great things each of you will do. Now, I hope that you will do very well too, but I want you to do good and always have a good time doing it.
Good afternoon. I'm Dean Skip Rutherford, and welcome to the Clinton School's 2019 commencement. And congratulations to our graduates and your families. We also welcome those from all over the world who are watching live stream. And with the exception of those who are tweeting, would you please silence your cell phones and other electronic devices? For those who are tweeting, the hashtag is UACS2019. A special greeting to our alumni, our much appreciated volunteers, our community engagement partner organization, and our special guests, which include University of Arkansas System President, Dr. Don Bobbitt, Board of Trustees Chairman John Goodson, and Board of Trustee member Kelly Eichler. Dr. Bobbitt, we are grateful for your advocacy and support of our program and all the campuses throughout the university system. Chairman Goodson, we appreciate your strong leadership, and from a personal perspective, I value our years of friendship. And Trustee Eichler, thank you for your interest in and attendance at several of our public programs. If those attending today will look at the back of your program, you will notice some of the many speakers who have visited the Clinton School over these past 2 years. While today is certainly a special day for our graduates, would you join and please take a moment, students and guests, and let me please ask you to join in a round of applause for the Clinton School faculty and staff. And a very special thanks to Nikolai DePippa for coordinating today's ceremony. At the suggestion of then student Nicholas Hall, now a first lieutenant in the U.S. Army National Guard and a student at the University of North Carolina Chapel Hill School of Law, we began collecting items for a local organization and incorporated giving as part of our graduation. Today, I thank those who brought socks or made donations to A Bridge to Work, which offers same-day work opportunities to individuals experiencing homelessness. This program was created in part to the work of graduate Brian Wegner. As Brian will tell you, for those who are homeless and trying to work, a simple pair of socks can make a difference. Like developing a bridge to work, the class of 2019 has made its mark. Your efforts helped pass legislation establishing an Arkansas statewide farm-to-school program. Before the recent terrorism in Sri Lanka, you were there to help develop a commercial mediation initiative. Your work helped the Ronald McDonald House Charities open the first Ronald McDonald Family Home at UAMS. You designed and implemented a curriculum for 52 early-stage multinational startup companies in Jerusalem, and you worked on U.S.-China trade relations at the United States Embassy in Beijing. You also launched a new Arkansas organization, Arts, Civics, and Education, to encourage the integration of arts into education. You were Rotary Foundation Global Scholars and McClarty Global Scholars. When Susan Page of USA Today was writing her now best-selling biography of Barbara Bush, she called on you to do the research in Arkansas. You received the Little Rock 9 Foundation Scholarship. You are a BA woman. You served from Hope to Hanoi. For your final project this past school year, you completed over 10,000 non-classroom hours in the field all over Arkansas, America, and the world. Like those who came before you, and like those who will come after you, you just didn't receive a degree and a diploma. You just didn't build a resume and a record. You made Arkansas better. And when you were serving outside the state, you represented our school and our state with distinction. I hope wherever you go, that will continue. Because of the nation's first in-kind project-based learning model and the first leadership through civic engagement model, the seeds you planted in economic development, community development, education, law, social justice, human rights, the environment, and many other areas will grow and live on. Like the Energizer Bunny, the impact you generated is a gift that will keep on giving. As we unveil our new website this week, I hope you will now become active and engaged alumni. Once again, as your dean, and on behalf of the faculty and staff, I congratulate you on this special occasion. And knowing that most of you had numerous other graduate opportunities, and most of you had many other professional opportunities, I thank you for coming our way, and we are proud to welcome you as Clinton School alumni. Dr. Christy Standifer joined the Clinton School faculty in 2007 and has played a major role over these past 12 years. She will be retiring June 30th, and in tribute to her dedicated service, the University of Arkansas Board of Trustees has named her Professor Emeritus of Communication effective July 1. In addition to her teaching, advising, and community engagement work, she served as a Fulbright Scholar in Albania and has been instrumental in bringing visiting faculty from Albania to the Clinton School, as well as opening opportunities for Clinton School students in Albania. She is currently a Fulbright Scholar Alumni Ambassador. Her excellence and energy in the classroom are matched by her mentorship for students and her advocacy for causes and issues. Most recently, she championed the establishment of the Amanda Harris Scholarship Fund, set up in memory of one of our early graduates. Quoting Clinton School student Beth Quarles, Dr. Standifer is wise with words, quick to listen, and filled to the brim with joy. Please welcome Dr. Christy Standifer.
Oh, okay, I'll stand back. All right. Hello. What an exciting day. And look at you. Just look at you. I am so happy for you. I want to thank Skip for that kind introduction. And I want to thank our special guests from the Board of Trustees and President Bobbitt. And I want to thank all my colleagues through the years for supporting me. And last but not least, I want to thank all of the graduates of the Clinton School, and especially the graduates of 2019, because it is because of you that I have truly enjoyed what I have done for the last 13 years. So thank you. Thank you very much. So, what next? What next, graduates? What next? I sound like Jeb Bartlett, my favorite fictional U.S. president. Okay, what next? What next? How will you affect the political landscape? That's with a big P and a little p. How will you interact in the communities in which you live, work, and serve? And how will you feed your passion for this incredibly important work without burning out? Today, I offer you 3 suggestions to help you ponder these questions. I have 2 caveats, though, before I launch into this. The first one is, this is nothing new, that you already know everything I'm going to say. You do, all right? You do. I see this more as a reminder, as a celebration of what you know and what you do. Now, my second caveat is there will be a test, all right? That goes for everybody in the room. There will be a test. Okay, are you ready? Yes, let's get started. All right, gotta get to my notes. Okay, my 3 suggestions are shed light, grow power, and mind the gap. One more time, this is important. Shed light, grow power, and mind the gap. First, shed light. Shed light to affect the political landscape. Shed light on injustice. Shed light on the consequences of policies and actions. And shed light on corrupt or ineffectual leadership. And you've already done this. You have already shed light on injustice. You've shed light on renters' rights. You've shed light on the rights of dreamers. You've shed light on LGBTQ asylum seekers. You've shed light on the rights of all citizens to have access to health care. You have worked with nonprofits that serve the vulnerable, the invisible, and the forgotten. Through this, you have shed light on injustice. And I look forward, truly, I look forward to watching you to continue to do this, wherever you find yourself, wherever you end up. In regard to shedding light on consequences, consider what you've already done. You have worked with government agencies and nonprofits to bring awareness to the complicated nature of issues such as homelessness, health literacy, food insecurity, juvenile justice, teacher leadership, youth leadership, and yes, even what we wear. What we wear, all right? You have documented that building sustainable public programs and policies requires attention to the nuances of how making changes in our social worlds have countless consequences, some intended, some not. Some good, some not. Keep up that work. Keep shedding that light. In regard to shedding light on corrupt or ineffectual leadership, that one's a bit tricky, I think. But I urge you to continue to speak the truth to power. Speak the truth to those who seek to hoard power, because by doing so, you grow power. You grow power. All right, so my first suggestion was what? Shed light. That's right, shed light. My first suggestion is to shed light to affect the political landscape. My second suggestion is to grow power. Grow power as you interact with others in communities in which you live, work, and serve. Grow power. First, you grow power by showing up, people. Yeah, you do. You grow power by showing up, by sitting in, by walking out, by marching on. There is great power in numbers, my friends, and you already know this. You already know this. Just keep on keeping on. If your cause is just, if your message is strong, others will join you. Trust me on this. Trust me on this. Grow power also by helping others to realize their choices in how they see themselves and how they see others. One of my favorite anecdotes related to this involves John Lewis, the great civil rights leader and U.S. representative from Georgia. When he was asked how he kept his nonviolent stance during the civil rights movement, he remarked, "Imagine that person as an infant, as a baby. If you can see that full-blown attacker who faces you as the pure, innocent child he or she once was, that we all once were, it is not hard to find compassion in your heart." Right? Right. Yes. All right. That sentiment, that stance, is a powerful stance. It might be counterintuitive, but it is powerful, my friends. People have power over others in large part because we feel dependent on those we perceive to have all the cards, to make all the decisions. We grow power by helping people realize we all have choices. We have choices in how we see ourselves, choices in how we see others, choices in how we talk about who we are and what we want. I think, and I've said this before, you've already heard all this, but I've said this before, I really do believe that one of the most important tasks of public service work is helping others to shift their perceptions of the choices they have. And in doing so, we grow power. Finally, in terms of growing power, be willing to fail that others may succeed. I learned this from my father back when I was in elementary school in the 1960s. I am old. I am old. My father moved to Arkansas in the 1940s and was appalled by the lack of a two-party system in this state. By the 1960s, he was active in the Republican Party, led at the time by Winthrop Rockefeller, another transplant to Arkansas. In 1962, in Garland County, Arkansas, the Republican Party managed to field a full roster of candidates for county offices. My father ran for county clerk. He was soundly defeated, people. Soundly defeated. Soundly. But I like to think that he opened the doors for others to continue to push for a multi-party political system in Arkansas. That willingness to fail with a view to the future, opening doors for others, letting them see the possibility of success somewhere down the road is another way to grow power. All right, 2 suggestions so far, and they are, what's the first one? Shed light. And the second one? Grow power. Yes, yes. I only have one more suggestion. My last suggestion is to mind the gap. Mind the gap to feed your passion without burning out. Mind the gap first by paying attention to process. I urge you not to rush to outcomes and consider the joy and happiness that may be born in the process. Here I turn to the work of the late, great economist Al Kruger. When Kruger recently died, Washington Post columnist Karen Rampel noted, to some economists, investigating happiness probably seemed silly. But Allen saw the whole point of economics as trying to figure out how, in a world full of scarce resources, we can make people's lives better. Okay? In a world of scarce resources, how can we make people's lives better? What does that sound like? Public service work, correct? Yes, very much so. David Linhart, a columnist for the New York Times, further noted, Kruger conducted research that showed most people appreciate the thought behind a gift, but the actual item may not be of much value to them. In economic terms, people generally place a lower value on the gift than it actually costs. Probably should not be telling your parents this as you graduate. But Kruger argued experience is different. When someone is invited to participate in an experience, say a nice meal or OCE happy hours, they often appreciate the thought and enjoy the actual gift of the experience. I hope you can follow my kind of twisty logic here. Public service work generally has a concrete, tangible outcome. Better schools, better roads, better health. But getting to those betters requires a process in which we engage others. Truly engage them, value them, sit down with them, break bread with them. No ulterior motives, no hidden agendas, just the gift of engagement. That is where the joy and happiness of public service can be found for all involved. Mind the gap between process and outcome to keep your passion for public service alive and well. Mind the gap also by reflecting on what you say and what you do. As the old cliche goes, you not only have to talk the talk, but you have to walk the walk. Exactly. All right. Again, I know I'm preaching to the choir here. You already know this. You've already walked the walk, people. In Peru and India and Ecuador, working with women to grow their economic power. In Sri Lanka and Kenya, working to strengthen conflict mediation processes and juvenile justice systems. In Nepal and Myanmar, helping farmers to become economically independent. In Cambodia and Vietnam, strengthening programs that have helped youth become leaders. And countless other places around the world. Eastern Europe, Western Europe, Israel, Panama, Uganda, Ghana, South Africa, Tanzania, Indonesia, the Marshall Islands, and, really, okay, New York, DC, Vancouver, Canada, and right here at home in Arkansas. You've done this. You've already done this. Never forget to walk the walk, to mind the gap between looking good and doing good. Do good first. Do good first. Do good first. Looking good will likely follow. And if it doesn't, it doesn't. All right? All right, okay. Last but not least, in regard to minding the gap, be conscious of the contexts in which you find yourselves. Here I turn to the work of the late great writer, David Foster Wallace. In a commencement address he gave at Kenyon College in 2005, I'm sure, and I know that address was far better than the one I'm giving today, he related a story. And again, I think it's a story you've already heard. It's the one about the two fishes. Everybody? Yeah? Okay, so there's two fishes swimming along, and they happen to meet an older fish swimming the other way. And the older fish nods at them and says, "Morning, young fishes. How's the water?" The two young fish swim on a bit, and then one of them turns to the other and says, "What the hell is water?" I didn't think I'd get a laugh. That's kind of nice. Thank you. Foster's point was that we can become so desensitized, so numb, so robotic in our everyday lives, in our everyday routines, that we simply cannot experience the joy of now. Yes, yes. People, enjoy the now. Yes. Not the mediated now, no. Not the delayed now, no. The now. Yes, the now. Enjoy the now to feed your passion for doing good, for shedding light, for growing power. Okay, those are my suggestions to you. Let's review, shall we? Yes, okay, all right. I asked you to consider 3 general public service tasks. Can you remember what they are? Yes. What the first one is? Shed light. Yes, shed light. Okay, very good. All right. Shed light to affect the political landscape. The second one is? Grow power. Grow power. Grow power as you interact with others in the communities in which you live, work, and serve. And the last one? Mind the gap. Yes, mind the gap. Mind the gap to feed your passion for this important work without burning out. Excellent. I wish you well as you embark on this new chapter of your life. Be well, do good, and thank you for letting all of us be part of your journey. Thank you.
That is a hard act to follow. But we now come to a very special part. On behalf of the faculty, it is my honor to certify the candidates for the Master of Public Service. Will all candidates who are to receive the Master of Public Service degree please rise and remain standing. President Bobbitt, I certify to you that those candidates who have completed all of their academic requirements are entitled to receive their degrees.
Thank you. Now, by virtue of the authority vested in me by Trustees Eichler and Goodson and the remaining Board of Trustees of the University of Arkansas System, I confer upon each of you the respective academic degree for which you have been recommended with all the rights, the privileges, and this is very important, the responsibilities appertaining thereto, and I offer you my sincerest congratulations. It's now time for our graduates to take the stage for the presentation of their master hoods. Graduates, you may now move your tassels from the right to the left. Congratulations. Shake some hands.
No, no, no.
Selena Adolph. Catherine Jo Barnes. Mark Kelly Cameron. Caitlin Elena Campbell. Rachel Aaron Cole. Connor Peter Donovan. Dylan Scott Edgel. Reagan Connor Flocks. Marina Leanne Generakis. June Star Haas. Nicole A. Healthaler. Mariela Hernandez. John P. Jackson. Johannes Akhenaton I. Job. Julie Ann M. Joy. Nicole Chinenya Cano. Quaco Eric Quadio. Jason Alexander Lockman. Wesley N. Manis. Christine Michelle McCall. John Nsamang Mensah. Crystal Colleen Mercer. Yala Muller. Adriana Isabel Ongay. Izahi EVA, Oregon. Wesley T. Pruitt. Elizabeth Lauren Quarles. Mallory Gabrielle Rush. Madhav Rajesh Shroff. Joseph Charles Stepina. Amy Brenneman Stewart. Sarah Jane Swisher. Raven Elise Towns. Allison Lynn Schemer. Clay Franklin Turner. Nora Maria Vinas. Rebecca Brian Weber. Brian James Wegner. Marquisa D. Wentz. Karen Zucardi.
Let's have another round of applause for the 2019 graduating class. Following the recessional, please join us for a reception in the foyer. As we begin the recessional, the platform guests will exit first, followed by the graduates. Please, everyone, remain at your seats until all the graduates have exited the room, and then join us for the reception. The recessional is the Clinton School alma mater, We Will Build the Bridge, written by David Watterson, class of 2011, and a graduate of the Berklee School of Music. The words are in your program. And David, I hope you are watching live stream. One thing those of you here should know, when you think the music is finished, it is not. So when you see us pausing up here, it's planned. Just wait and enjoy the second part, because it represents David Watterson at his finest. Again, thank you, Dr. Bobbitt, Chairman Goodson, Trustee Eichler, Dr. Standifer, and all our attendees for being with us. Would you please stand for the recessional and our final salute to the Clinton School graduates.